two. A 1, 2, 3.
Shadows away. Love walked right in and brought my sunniest day. One magic moment, and my heart seemed to know that love said hello. Though not a word was spoken, one and I'd forgot the gloom of the past. One look and I had found my future at last. One look and I had found a world completely new when love walked in with you. shadows away. Love walked right in and brought my sunniest day. One magic moment, and my heart seemed to know that love said hello. Though not a word was spoken, I forgot the gloom of the past. One, and I had found my future at last. One, and I had found a world completely new. When love walked in with you, when love walked in with you. When love walked in with you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Jazz Ensemble concert here at Cal State San Marcos. Thanks very much for being here. Hang on one second, Kolby. Yeah, thanks for being here. Tonight, we're really excited. We're presenting a program of all the music of George Gershwin and or sort of songs written in the spirit of George Gershwin. This first tune, if you'll notice, the first song we played is called Evol Dekla Ni, which it pains me to say that because it's so silly, but it's Love Walked In backwards, right? So Love Walked In is a tune written by George Gershwin. And Thad Jones, the great trumpet player and composer, composed a new melody on those chord changes. So we played both those tunes back to back, and that featured Kolby Agpaoa on the vocals. We're going to hear a little more from Kolby later. We're going to carry on here with an instrumental. One of George Gershwin's most enduring compositions is a song called I Got Rhythm. And jazz musicians love to play on these chord changes. And one thing that's kind of interesting, it's sort of jazz musicians love to write new melodies to old chord progressions. Practically, the reason for this is because you can copyright a melody, but you can't copyright a chord progression. So if they wanted to record a song on their album, but actually earn their royalties, they would write a new melody. So anyway, so this next song is called Squatty Roo. It was written by the great alto saxophonist Johnny Hodges for the Duke Ellington Orchestra. Thank you very much. This semester, we have the good fortune to have 3 vocalists in the ensemble, so I'd like to invite one of them to the stage. Will you please put your hands together for Sierra Alicea to sing George Gershwin's classic tune, The Man I Love.
Someday he'll come along, the man I love, and he'll be big and strong, the man I love. And when he comes my way, I'll do my best to make him stay. He'll look at me and smile, I'll understand, and in a little while he'll take my hand. And though it seems absurd, I know we both won't say a word.
Thank you very much. We're going to continue now. Sierra's going to sing another tune. This next one is an old standard that many musicians have recorded over the years. This is called But Not For Me. Thank you very much. Sierra Alicea on the vocals there. She'll be back later. We're going to continue now with another. I just want to actually talk a moment. I love the lyric in that last tune. I've got more clouds of gray than any Russian play could guarantee you. That's out there, man. And you'll notice most of these songs are written by George and Ira Gershwin. Now, the classic joke is George and his lovely wife, Ira, but Ira was actually his brother. We're going to carry on now. George Gershwin is well known for many things. One of them is an operetta called Porgy and Bess. And we're going to play one of the tunes from that called It Ain't Necessarily So. All right, before we move forward, I'd like to introduce the band. Dorian Perry on the piano and the tails over there. We have Diana Macal on the guitar, Jessica Martin on the guitar, Jesse Batey on the guitar, Tommy Trahan on the alto saxophone. You heard on this last tune, you heard from Jocelyn Lyons on the bass. Also, Emiliano Strutton on the bass. This is Kyle Bayquen on the bass. Let's see. The last tune we heard from Erik Jocelyn on the drums. Okay, crowd favorite. We also heard from Jason Abiog earlier, sporting a fresh cut. And Andrew Kelly on the drums and vibraphone. Great. Okay, we are going to carry on here. I'd like to invite Veronica Arteche to the stage to sing A Foggy Day. This is, Gershwin wrote a million tunes, and most of them have become jazz standards, and this is one of them. This is a song about London, and at the end of the tune, we're going to go for something, and I'll check back in with you afterwards to see if you get it.
town. Yeah, through foggy London town. Yes, through foggy London town, the sun was shining everywhere.
Did you guys like our street scene? I asked them to sound like cars in rehearsal, and they got so nervous they wouldn't do it. Okay, we're going to carry on here with, I could say about any of these tunes that it's one of George Gershwin's, please be my guest, one of George Gershwin's classics, but this one really, every great singer and jazz musician has recorded this tune. This one is called Embraceable You. about it for Veronica Arteche? All right. We're going to bring Kolby back out to sing another tune, not one you would call, not one that's played too often, but a great tune by George Gershwin. This is called Nice Work If You Can Get It.
Holding hands at midnight beneath the starry sky. It's nice work if you can get it, and if you get it, if you try. Strolling with that one girl, sighing sigh after sigh. It's nice work if you can get it, and you can get it if you try. Just imagine someone waiting at the cottage door, where two hearts become one. Who could ask for anything more? Loving one who loves you, and then taking that vow. It's nice work if you can get it, and if you get it, won't you tell me how? Beneath the starry sky. It's nice work if you can get it, and you can get it if you try. Strolling with that one girl, sighing sigh after sigh. It's nice work if you can get it, and you can get it if you try. Just imagine someone waiting at the cottage door, where two hearts become one. Who could ask for anything more? Loving one who loves you, and then taking that vow. It's nice work if you can get it, and if you get it, won't you tell me how?
Thank you very much. That's Kolby Agpaoa on the vocals there. So George Gershwin wrote a lot of music, but one thing he's not known for so much is the blues. And you can't have a proper jazz program without a blues. So what he is known for is a piece called Rhapsody in Blue. Do you guys know this piece? Yes, okay. Probably, I don't know, but one of his more famous pieces. Anyways, so I took a memorable melody from that tune and basically just, to use a very technical term, I crowbarred it into a 12-bar blues form. So this is the theme from Rhapsody in Blue. We had a little George Gershwin meets Chuck Berry on that last one. Okay, we're going to continue now. As you've noticed, we have 3 bass players, 3 guitar players, and 3 drummers. So we've got another rehearsal room across the hallway, so sometimes I like to make a little smaller breakout combo. So we've got a group, they've dubbed themselves Trio Especial, and they're going to give you guys 2 Gershwin tunes, well, a Gershwin tune and then a Wes Montgomery tune based off of a Gershwin tune. Trio Especial. While they're getting changed over, just real quick, this next tune is one by Wes Montgomery called 4 on 6. And I didn't even realize this till I printed the programs, but 4 on 6 is based on the changes of Summertime, which is also going to be the closing tune. But it's 2 very different treatments of the harmonic material, so that'll be good. And before these guys play their second tune, real quick, can we have a round of applause for Albert, who's up there in the booth. He's doing sound and recording. And then also Jamal, who's helping him out we can't do it without all the technical people behind the scenes. So appreciate them. All right, back to Trio Especial. That's Jesse Batey on the guitar, Kyle Bayquen on the bass, Andrew Kelly on the drums. All right, we got time for one more for you. Thanks very much for coming out to the show tonight. We couldn't do it without you. Without the fans and the supporters, music doesn't really make any sense. So give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you. One of the most fun days this semester. A lot of these Gershwin tunes, as I've been saying, have been recorded many different times in many different ways by different artists. So I brought in you guys probably know the tune "Summertime." You heard that one? So I took out the whiteboard. I wrote every style I could think of on the board: ballad, medium swing, fast swing, bossa nova, samba, and we tried it in a bunch of different styles just for fun. And we finally settled on an arrangement. We're gonna do sort of a cha-cha and then salsa version of this tune, "Summertime." Please welcome back to the stage Sierra Alicea. Sia? Okay. Give her a round of applause. And this is "Summertime," and there'll be a special guest appearance by our other vocalists too in a minute. I always get somebody's name wrong, sorry. Two. 1, 2, 3.
Summertime and the living is easier.
don't you cry. Summertime, the living's easy. Hustle, baby, don't you cry. Summertime, the living's easy. Hustle, baby, don't you cry. Summertime, the living's easy. Hustle, baby, don't you cry. Summertime, the living's easy. Hustle, baby, don't you cry. Summertime, the living's easy. Hustle, baby, don't you cry.
Thank you very much. Stand up, guys. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. On behalf of Veronica, Kolby, Dorian, Sierra, Tommy, Diana, Jessica, Jesse, Emiliano, Kyle, Jocelyn, Erik, Andrew, and Jason. How about a round of applause for these guys? And you guys did so good, class is canceled on Thursday. Look at that. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. You've been a great audience. We'll see you next time.